Hey, welcome in to the Rat Pack Fantasy Football. I know it's more just like FF Mad Scientist and a few of us other ones on the Rat Pack, but we're doing our week 9 sit start, and we are happy to kick it off and get going. How you guys doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. This will be a fun time.
Fired up. Let's go. Sunday morning. We got an extra hour of sleep. Let's watch some football. Let's talk some football. Football.
It's fun. Like, I love the difference in energy. Mike's like, woohoo! And Matt's like, yo, yeah, whatever.
This is where someone talks.
Yeah, exactly right. So I was working late on content last night, and of course the time shifted over. It was like 2 o'clock, and then it went to 1 o'clock, and I was like, fuck, this is too late. All right, cool. I got to get up in like 4 hours. Let's do this. So yeah, it's been a fun day. So I'm on like little to no sleep here, so I'm feeling great myself. Let's talk about a little bit of these inactives and really get into it. So the big news of the day: Matthew Stafford's out. So how are you guys treating basically the wide receivers, Puka, Cup, and then Darrell Henderson in this matchup for them?
I am bumping Puka and Cup down from must starts to like we should talk about it, and then I'm moving Henderson up a little bit. But honestly, like I heard it. What was it? Fantasy Blue Chip this morning. Jagger, if you're listening, what's up? He said running back is just fancy tight end now, where you either have like Christian McCaffrey, Travis Etienne, or you're like, man, do I want Rachaad White or a high five from a stranger? Like, so yeah, I'm bumping them down, and then Darrell Wilson has moved up into the maybe I'll start him over Kareem Hunt, like maybe.
Yeah, so like their implied point total is one of the lower ones in the NFL today, and I was like, man, I do worry about Henderson. Like him and Royce Freeman just scared the crap out of me this matchup. Like the Packers are pretty bad against wide receivers, so like I'm fine starting those guys, but I think I have Puka is like top 30 and Cup's like top 20. But yeah, it's like you're talking about, they're not must start this week.
So yesterday for our whole Creators Network thing, I talk about the Rams, and I was talking about Matthew Stafford's out. You can start Cooper. I mean, he's a great wide receiver, right? So he's probably gonna get the volume of the targets there. Puka, I'm not necessarily starting unless you have to. And Henderson, the thing is the Packers had allowed like 137 rushing yards per game through 8 games. In the first 4, they allowed 159, I think it was, and then in the last 4, they've allowed 105. So the running defense has gone better. So Henderson will get that volume, but with Devondre Campbell back, with Preston Smith there, I'm not sure if Quay Walker is going to be playing. I think he's questionable right now. But I'm not trusting starting Darrell Henderson unless I have to, but I would much rather start a Kareem Hunt or Jerome Ford there. Honestly, even maybe Singletary. That'll be. I have him in the same boat as Singletary right now, going against the Bucks, going against that, because I know Stafford is something there, and I'm just not trusting Rypien, man. He throws more turnovers than he does touchdowns. So,
because like in that game for basically Singletary, like he's going to have real tough time running the ball, right? Because that rush defense. So do you expect him to see targets? Because like I think he's a solid like flex play this week, just based on we have no Dameon Pierce, right? So that opens it up for Singletary. So we should see a lot of volume. It's just how is that going to translate as far as efficiency? Because for the Rams guys, like Henderson's been super inefficient. He's just lit off touchdowns, where Freeman's been more inefficient or efficient. So like how are you treating Freeman and him? Are you preferring to start him, or is it more like team build?
More like teams. I mean, I think Henderson's mostly, getting that volume, like you had said, but I don't think Freeman. I think you want a touchdown to have any kind of flexible play with him. I just this running back room this week, I'm just not a fan of with Stafford out. They have a bye week next week, so I assume they were going to bench him anyways because it's like let him be healthy. You're only 2 games back. There's plenty of opportunity to still get in the race. So wait until the bye week. He has 2 weeks now, and now he comes back. He's healthy, and they're good to go.
And Aaron's joining us again. He's living the life of a dad.
Public Wi-Fi. We got 30 seconds in and the whole thing dropped. The birthday party I'm at is at an arena, and they're in the middle of a Nerf battle right now. But so I had to get on the public Wi-Fi to get service here. So
I feel like Aaron's just like in the corner hiding in, like I gotta get on this show.
Yeah, right. Somebody's walking right by.
Aaron's gonna catch a Nerf bullet to the head.
No, they're in the gym right now. I'm literally in the hallway. That's why you hear a lot of traffic. There's people walking by for like hockey practice, and I'm just streaming a podcast. Don't mind me.
So let's I think that one of these questions is actually really important. So if you were gonna start one of these wide receivers, would you do T. Higgins this week and his inefficiency and his struggles, or would you go Cooper Kupp
Higgins
and the lack of quarterback play?
Higgins not close.
Yeah.
I'll take Cup. I'll be the odd man out. I think the
No.
ceiling is just too high, period. Like, no matter what, Cup is liable to put up 25 points.
Mhm.
And I just don't think Higgins has that in him. Not this
I'll-
week.
I'll take Cup too.
Yeah, it's weird with Higgins. He's like profiling as more of like a wide receiver 3. He just did a really good offense last few years. So like he has the name cachet. Like I don't know if he's ever going to be like a consensus like top 12 guy anymore. Like throughout, just because of the issues with that offense sometimes. But like he's got the name cachet, so it's really hard to always just bench him. But you have Cooper Kupp, who's
I think with Higgins, I mean, I feel this is a revenge game for the Bengals. You know, last year their game against the Bills was cut short due to unfortunate circumstances. You know, DeMar Hamlin's healthy and good now, but you know, it's cut short last year. So I think this is just a revenge game because there was always that question of, oh, the Bills were winning or, you know, they were going to win. And it's like, well, we never really know the outcome. So I think they're going to come out here and showcase it. And I think we might see a little bit more of Higgins this week against them.
All right, we got an actual comment from Inflective here on some tight ends. So they want to know: are you starting Logan Thomas, Trey McBride, or Taysom Hill this week? I know my answer. I'm curious to hear you guys.
Oh, I'm taking McBride, man. I think the way he
Terrible
performed
matchup.
I do not care. The way he performed last week was Kelsey-esque kind of performance. And I think if you can get that kind of ceiling in a tight end, like you gotta go back to back and see what happens.
That's fair. I would go Hill, man. Hill has a horrible matchup versus the Bears right now. So they did get, you know, what Montez Sweat in there, and you know he's probably gonna be playing. But I just think Hill will bring you the most upside. I love McBride, and if it wasn't against the Cleveland Browns and it wasn't Clayton Tune back there, I'd start him. But because it's Clayton Tune, that's where I'm, you know, off on him this week. And Thomas against what, the Patriots? I think they are. I like Sam Hell, but I'd rather start, you know, Jahan Dodson or Trent McLaurin over.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think Taysom Hill is the ceiling shot if you want to keep rolling with the, you know, the receptions and the groundwork he's going to get. But he's got the lowest floor of the bunch, and you really have to know what you're shooting for. If you're looking for a floor play, it's probably McBride. But like, you know, he's got Clayton Tune, rookie quarterback, who's never played an NFL snap, so we don't know how it's going to go. And then Logan Thomas has been really up or down, so it's kind of just up what you're preferring. If you want to shoot the ceiling shot, though,
Taysom Hill, man, he's more likely to score a goal line touchdown. I like the 14 targets for Trey McBride, and I'm all over him. I've been adding him, but this matchup's terrible. I'm going with Hill.
Every tight end has a chance to goose egg you. Only Taysom Hill out of this list has a chance to win you the week. I'm riding the lightning. Give me Taysom Hill.
Yes,
I love ceilings.
You need your ceiling poster thing.
Where's your sign?
And Steven Romero wants to know, of these running backs, who are you guys playing? Are you playing Keontae Ingram for Arizona, playing Zach Moss, or are you playing Roschon Johnson?
Zach Moss, not close.
Yeah.
It's a great
Give me-
matchup, 50-50 split. Keep him running.
Yeah, I'm with Mike. I'm taking Moss.
Same. Moss. Johnson against the Saints, and then Ingram, again, just with Clayton Tune back there. I just don't want that offense right now. So, yeah, Zach Moss not close too.
Yeah, I think Ingram would probably be third for me. And yeah, I would ride with Zach Moss. He's been incredible. So 100%.
I don't have to answer this question because I told him 20 minutes ago it's Zach Moss, but I'm not on the show, so go see what the guys think.
Yeah, the Panthers have been really good against the pass. So I think there's going to be plenty of volume for these running backs in Indianapolis to both be solid fantasy providers this week. Yeah.
He also had a tight end question, but I forget. It was Taysom against somebody else, but for the life of me, I can't remember who the tight end was. So unless he put it in the comments.
I don't see it. But yeah,
Schultz, it's Schultz. Schultz or McBride was his, or Schultz or Hill was his question. He's facing the guy who's starting. I'm drawing a blank. Who's Schultz's quarterback? Come on.
Stroud.
Thank you. He's facing the guy who's starting Stroud. So he wanted to block. His theory was he wanted to play Schultz to block, but I only like doing the block play if I'm the guy starting the quarterback. Otherwise, you're losing points. So I told him Hill over Schultz, but I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, I'm with you. If you have like an ancillary piece and you're trying to block, it's real sketchy because like you can get like 2 points in this game, right? So you're not gonna block much. Yeah. It's not like you're getting Cooper Kupp as peak. It's just It's
not like you. It's not like you have Stephon Diggs and he's starting Josh Allen. You're starting, like you said, an ancillary piece. Well said. Are we going Hill though over Schultz? Sorry.
I will die before I put Schultz in the lineup.
Okay.
He's the anti-ceiling case guy.
Fair enough.
Here's a good one. We have so basically the RB2 with Pierce out today. Are they going to roll with Singletary or Zach Moss? And I know we're pretty bullish on Zach Moss. Is anybody going to take Singletary in this matchup?
I am.
Yeah.
Pierce is out, right?
Yeah.
Singletary.
Wait, who are the Colts playing?
The Colts
got
are playing with
Panthers.
Panthers.
I'll take Moss.
Who are the second best matchup for fantasy running backs, or you can play Singletary against the Bucks, which are like the third worst.
Yeah,
This is like
I
the
think-
Rachaad White case all season where it's inefficient volume, right? It's like, do you want the inefficient volume or do you want efficient less volume? So you have to decide which one you want to go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm going
I'll take Moss. The Texans have just been atrocious running the ball this year. So
Wouldn't we rather take the guy who we know is going to get carries? Like, what if this is the week where I agree with everything else, but what if this is the week where Moss is phased out completely for JT, who was the workhorse at some point?
Yeah,
Very
I mean,
possible.
if you think that's going to happen, then yeah, play Singletary. Like if you're worried
But
about
it's
the volume,
slowly been happening over the last 3 weeks.
I don't
last
know,
week was
man.
pretty, like split, wasn't it? Let me see.
Steichen really loves Moss. Like it's
Yep.
weird how much he loves Zach Moss.
And this is kind of what Steichen's been doing over the last couple of years. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor's better talent than any back he's had. But yeah, it's like we have to find out that week where we're cutting off Zach Moss. It's just what we saw last week. He was just awesome, and he's been awesome all season. So it's really hard to go away from him. But yeah, I think Singletary is the safer play if you want to go for it between the two.
Bet you never thought you'd hear yourself say those words.
No. It's just like it's a perfect matchup. Carolina gets gashed left and right. So as my daughter is screaming bloody murder in the background, I would take it.
Dude, I'm in the middle of a public arena. I don't just blame it on me.
your daughter wants
Fair
to start Zach Moss.
Mhm.
That's what she's yelling back there.
Yeah, I gotta listen, Otherwise I hear it all day. Just be talking Zach Moss on the car. So for you guys, Schultz or McBride on your tight end, and then your wide receiver, are you playing Romeo Doubs or Khalil Shakir?
McBride and Dubs.
Same.
I think Shakir's actually a good flex play this week. We saw
I think
how
Mike's going to start
right?
Schultz, I'm sure.
I'd rather lick
Same.
glass. Broken.
Prove
I'd
it.
yeah.
Prove it. Prove it.
I just
Come
won't
on.
start. I just won't start Schultz then.
That's no fun.
I'm going McBride and Dobbs. I mean, Shakir did have a weird uptick. Does anybody have any report on like why that happened, or they're just working him in, or they just?
It's the Dawson Knox effect. He's gone, so then they're only playing one tight end. Basically, Kincaid played all the snaps, and then they're putting Shakir into the slot, so he's going to be their slot wide receiver moving forward. So, like, I actually like him as a flex player this season. Like, that offense looked so much better last week when they got rid of Dawson Knox and they like put a wide receiver into play along with him. So yeah, like I don't mind him, but I think that's safer. But
I think if that's the role Shakir has moving forward, I'd rather have Shakir. I'd rather have the slot receiver for Josh Allen than the whatever Dobbs is slot receiver / wide receiver 2 for Jordan Love.
Yeah, because I don't know his exact route total, but I think it was pretty decent. I think he was like third most routes behind Davis and Diggs, and then
his snaps jumped way up, and I was trying to figure out like where that came from. But if he's going to inherit that role, I'm going to play him.
Yeah, it's
over Dobbs,
for that
not for everybody.
Yeah, and like it's Jordan Love, right? So that's always the problem with Jordan Love. Is anybody worried about Jacoby Myers this week to play Singletary over him because he does get Aiden O'Connell this week, and we saw week 3 Aiden O'Connell hyper targeted Devontae Adams. So is anybody going to bench Jacoby Myers this week for Singletary?
I'm on the verge of that. I mean, it's just hard because I don't like Singletary's matchup like at all, And so Myers, he can't get the targets, but yeah, that is a big concern with Aiden O'Connell, and it's kind of riding the wave of new energy their coach is bringing in. New interim head coach. He has this energy, this aura, like we're here to win, we're here to show we're back to the old school Raiders, just this hard knocks type of team. And so part of me feels like that energy is going to translate over to the field. So we're going to see an uptick in just Aiden O'Connell and just the offense in general. But again, then the other part of me is like, man, what if this is just a bad showcase again? And Aiden O'Connell is not it at all, and it's just not going to go the way they want. So,
well, and you heard Antonio Pierce; he was literally just raving about Josh Jacobs. He called him the heartbeat. He's the Raider. He's like all these key words where you're like, all right, obviously they're going to feature Josh Jacobs in this matchup. So
I don't have the data on me, and I'm sure you can hear the Nerf battle in the background. So I apologize for that. But does anybody have who was it? Was it Hoyer was far better for Myers, and it was O'Connell who went completely away from Myers last week? Sorry, I'm going to go back on mute because as you can see, it's anarchy here.
Chaos. I love it.
Bob and weave, my friend.
We can see
All right,
what-
Mike.
Duck
you got to
dive,
say
dip
chat.
dodge.
World War III in the back for Nerf battles, so don't mind me.
All right, so this is interesting league setting. Start 2 PPR, 0.25 per target. Are you starting Puka, Davis, or Kareem Hunt?
I'm assuming that's Gabriel Davis.
I would
Right.
assume so too. I don't
Yeah, I think if
Puka.
I'm-
Give me Puka.
yeah. If I'm
This
starting
one isn't
to,
even close.
well, start 2. So then it's
Ah.
Puka, and then between Davis and Hunt, I think I'm going to start Hunt in a super plus matchup.
Yeah.
What he said.
Cool. Buzz, if this is against me, then do the opposite of what I said.
You're like, bitch those guys.
Yeah, I think you go Davis though. I mean, Davis with Josh Allen. I think he gets a touchdown this week, and again Puka with Ripien. I'm not a fan of Ripien, man. He might, I guess, if you get the targets, that's different, right? 0.225 per target, so he might get that, and that may save you. But I just don't think he's gonna do anything else outside of possibly just getting those targets, just because Ripien's not good.
Just scores 2 fantasy points, 8 targets, no catches.
Exactly.
All right. So I see you're very anti Puka this week, right? As a
Yeah.
Rams fan, I gotta ask, what is your projected stat line for Puka? Like, what do you think he's gonna perform this week?
4 catches, 40, 50 yards, maybe. I don't think he gets a touchdown. I just don't like Ripien. I just think it's going to be hard for him. And it's nothing on him. I love Puka as a talent, and I think he is going to be great. But if Stafford's not in that lineup, I just don't want it. Cooper, again, will get that hyper volume. So I think he's going to be more of your solid, safer bet. Where Puka, I think this year you're going to want a touchdown for him because I just don't see Ripien moving the ball as well. And then again, with that defense that Green Bay's bringing, I just don't see Darrell Henderson necessarily moving down the line where it's going to give in the end zone for Ripien to get that. This is all on Ripien, nothing with any of the actual talent the Rams have. It's just I don't trust in Ripien there. Honestly, I mean, if Stetson Bennett was healthy, I'd rather see him than Ripien, but he's not healthy right now. So
yeah, I'm with you on that. All right, that's fair. I just wanted to understand the thought process a little better.
Yeah, like I think you can only bench Puka and Cooper like so far. Like you can knock them down, but you get to a certain point. Because somebody asked me earlier today, they're like OBJ or Puka, and I was like, stop the nonsense. Like I'm not going with OBJ.
Yeah.
Like that's a bridge too far, my friend. So you kind of have to find out the level you're comfortable benching them with.
Tim, did you end up making your Olave Puka trade?
I did. I got Olave and an early third for Puka and a early fourth.
love it.
Yeah, I saw that trade. I was like, ooh.
I'm happy about it because I think you're kind of moving in between tiers and like, yeah, I'll take a shot on an early third over a 4th rounder.
Well, and like the thing with Olave is like he's getting the volume, he's seeing everything. It's just been inefficient because Carr's just having his issues. So like the regression should hit, and he should be being back to that person everybody loves.
God, I hope Carr is gone after this year. I know he won't be. But I hope he is.
Well, like he supported Devontae Adams last year. It's like, dude, figure it out. Like you don't have any other good wide receivers.
I want to see Winston back out there.
Yeah, me too. That would be great. 20 interceptions and 4,500 yards. Like,
I'll take it.
so who do you guys start between Hubbard, Zay Flowers, Zach Moss, Darrell Henderson, and they're also caveat is they're starting JT. So I don't know if they want to go both running backs for
Who is Baltimore playing?
Baltimore's playing
because my initial gut instinct is like Flowers, and it's not close.
So I was doing a little data for it last night, and Flowers has seen a 26% target share against zone coverage, and Seattle runs the most zone coverage of any team in the NFL. So like he's gonna get a lot of looks around the line of scrimmage and short stuff. So like if you're looking for a floor play, I trust Flowers 100%. I think Hubbard's a sneaky play too between the two of those guys if you want to diversify, go all the other guys. But like, yeah.
Just speaking of Hubbard, is everyone out on Miles Sanders? Like, are you trying to just get rid of all your shares of him right now?
I think he's dead.
I don't think you can get rid of him.
I've tried. I can't sell him for a third right now.
Is he out this week?
No,
he hasn't been out like at all. He's been healthy. He's just been
That's the worst part.
He's just been awful. He's been like the worst running back in the league. It's been atrocious. And like
that's the worst though. If they rule him out, you could just leave him on your bench. But there's leagues where I'm still forced to start this crap.
Yeah,
it's like I have a team with him or AJ Dillon. I have to pick one of those two bums, and I'm like, goodness gracious, this is gonna be rough. All right, so they need a super flex in their home league. Are you guys going Gardner Minshew, Derek Carr in a really good matchup, or Jordan Love?
Probably Carr.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm going.
Let me see who's the Saints got.
Bears.
Like, I think Minshew's all over the place. Like he could go one way or the other. Jordan Love is going against the Rams. Rams defense has been kind of suspect lately, but like I'm trusting with Carr in the matchup.
So in my IDP start sit article, I'm sitting Montez Sweat just because it's a new system, right? He's going to a new defense and stuff, so I don't know how exactly he'll adjust. But they obviously want the guy; they paid him, right? So there's also a chance that they're gonna, use him right out the gate and say, "Hey, here you go." So I mean, if that's the case too, I think Carr may struggle a bit. But I mean, it is a very plus matchup, and he has weapons. Michael Thomas is looking great. Olave is looking great. Taysom Hill is doing some work. Kamara is amazing. So based on that, I love Carr. But I mean, if Montez Sweat comes out and just evolves this Bears defense into something different, this could be the game where they showcase it too, because Carr sometimes can't get that ball out fast enough.
I'm getting a trade offer in my Dynasty home league. Do I dare check it on the air? It always goes so well when I do. They're always such good offers.
Go for it. Let's see it.
Yeah.
You guys keep talking. I'm going to see if I can load it up.
While we're talking about this, so Minshew is playing a team that has a terrible run defense, and he has 2 stud running backs. Mm-hmm. Love is playing a backup quarterback that the Green Bay is going to play not to lose the game.
Mike, you're going to love it. Sorry, Mike, you're going to love this.
All right.
Okay. Do I trade away? The offer is, do I give up Michael Mayer for Dalton Schultz? You're going to love it.
Dynasty?
Yeah.
Tell him to suck your farts through a straw.
I'm 7-1, and I'm not even playing Mayer. I have George Kittle right now, but yeah, I also have Trey McBride and I have David Njoku. So you're telling me, I've already declined it, but I'm just saying.
How does that even help you? I don't understand. Like, what's the?
It doesn't.
It's just.
It doesn't. It helps him because he's currently in second last place. So So should I take the trade that helps him and doesn't help me in any way at all?
Dude, anytime you can add a tight end that's between 10 and 25, you got to do it.
Yeah. Especially he knows I'm the guy who's high on McBride and Mayer. That's why I have them on my dynasty squad. But go figure, hey. So what you're saying is I shouldn't do it then? I should probably decline it?
Probably.
You already did, but
yeah, I did.
This next question. This
I thought you'd like that. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so are you guys going Joe Mixon, and are you chasing the volume in his matchup, or are you trusting the process of Chris Olave with Derek Carr in a great matchup? Like I think they're honest on with Olave could have his finally breakout.
I'm rolling with Olave, man. He just I'm gonna chase the volume no matter where it's at. And Olave's getting the volume. He just hasn't been efficient, but that can literally click any week. You know what I mean? So yeah, give me Olave, and I think he scores a touchdown this week too.
Say Olave too, and again, I think it's a revenge game for the Bengals, if you will, but I think that's more on Joe Burrow and the wide receivers, right? I think Burrow's just gonna go ham. He's been here and there. He's been picking it up the past couple of weeks, though. So I don't think we're gonna see Mixon because he's their RB, right? But I don't think it's gonna be as much as you want from him this week. I think they're gonna be more involved in the passing game, especially in this air raid. It's Josh Allen versus Joe Burrow. We're gonna see those quarterbacks, put it to work.
Right, and it should be lots of fireworks and points. So, this is the thought process behind it would be Mixon should fall into the end zone of this game. He's gonna have good opportunity for it, but if he doesn't, he's never efficient. So I hate just playing Joe Mixon for that reason. I have him on one team, and I'm kind of stuck playing him just because it's Joe Mixon, right? But man, I'm if I had Olave, I'd go Olave personally. But I think I have both his top 20 options this week.
The Bills give up 20 points per game to the running back position. Joe Mixon scores 99% of the fantasy points, so I'm going to play Joe Mixon. And I will wait to see Olave do anything worthwhile before I plug him into lineups comfortably again.
Yeah, I think that's the smart safe play. If you're worried about Olave at all, just plug Mixon in. His floor is much higher than Olave.
I love ceilings, but Mixon and Olave ceilings are actually very similar. Mixon could have a 2 or 3 touchdown game. So
I hate to see it. Our ceiling guys turning against us.
Mixon's the sneaky ceiling.
And yeah, I 100% agree. It's just chaos.
Aaron's at an office party right now.
Yeah, with a bunch of little kids. Not sketchy at all. Not sketchy at all.
Fuck off, Jack. Just a sec. I had to mute my mic. I'm having child issues in the middle of the Nerf party. So fuck off. How about that?
Just poor kids, just getting sweared at over here. That's such a life, I guess.
No, I'm not swearing at the kids. I'm swearing at Jack with his comment. Well, I guess he's one of the kids, but
they don't know that. They just hear their dad cursing.
Oh my god!
You had to go Ingram here, right?
This is ugly.
Do you have anyone else? Is there wide receiver? Is this a flex play that you have a wide receiver?
I think this is an RB2 question.
Give me Miles Sanders, man. Cardinals are going up against the Browns, and I just don't think Ingram is going to be able to do much. and he's not like a pass catcher. You know what I mean? Like
He's literally a pass catcher. That was his role
Nah.
coming out of college.
that's not what I've seen in the NFL.
Well, yeah, that's different. DeMarco's been just a better player since like
Yeah.
this season. But, like, you know,
Is this PPR or is this?
Yeah.
If
Like,
PPR, I'm going
Good
Ingram.
question.
If it's
I
any
think I'm
other
taking
format,
like the floor with Sanders is like negative. We saw that like a week or two ago. We put up negative points. I was like, dude, I can't do it. Yeah, this is really gross. But at least you know Ingram's going to see more volume. We just don't know how it's going to shake out for Sanders. And
But
yeah,
then
he
on
could
top of
have-
that, though, I mean, he is to get that volume, but what is the impact of Clayton soon going to affect that heavily too? You know, that's
Do you think they're
probably
going to want to like
Good luck.
keep it safe and simple for Tune, right? In his first game. So like they're gonna involve Ingram, and I can't remember who the RB3 is on the team right now. It's somebody else that's like just a guy. But like Ingram should see, you know, the most volume on that team. It's just
Look,
Sanders.
this is what I've got, right? This is what the stats I'm looking at right now. Last week was his season high in like a lot of things except for rushing attempts, but 38% snap share was a season high. His most rushing attempts was 10, and his most targets in a game was 2. Like I don't see it. Like I think
it's because the Cardinals don't split their reps. It's one guy, they run him into the ground, he dies. Next guy, they run him into the ground, he dies. So that we're just hoping that Ingram gets the James Conner workload, whether or not it actually is like any yards or touchdowns. If it's PPR, he could get 8 catches for 4 yards, and that's 8
fine.
fantasy points.
I will caveat by, have you seen Tony Jones play football? If you guys have, you should start Keontae Ingram because Tony Jones is not good at football. Like
I'll give you that.
Tony
I'll
Jones
give you
is
that.
like, man, that dude he's not NFL caliber running back. Like, I'm sorry, it's just not that good.
Yeah, I don't know how he's on a roster right now.
You know, it's weird. Like, you think there's all these running backs, then you see these guys on the roster. It's like, oh, okay, I guess it does level out at some point. All right, well, Joker's got a question for us. Aaron's kid basketball team versus Martin Lawrence team and rebound.
I've never seen that movie, so I don't get his insult. Can someone explain it to me?
Give me Martin Lawrence's team, man. It's a
Yeah,
team
I
of
want
winners.
Martin Lawrence's team. I don't know. Like, I feel like that team's.
And it's not a basketball team; it's a Nerf team. They're in the middle of a Nerf war, and they're trying to talk me into kids versus parents. But yeah,
You gotta be
Aaron, you
Dude.
should play. That's like
Dude.
when you're at a birthday party and your kids ask you to play all-time quarterback and you turn into Michael Vick. You know what I mean?
I turned
Like,
40 in like 2 months. I don't want to. I'm gonna end up tearing an ACL. Who was it? Was it Ray GQ at the Expo last year who did something like this? No. No athletic. No, nothing like that for me. I'm good.
You got to do it, but you know,
I
keep it on the
analyze this
screen.
stuff because I can't do it anymore.
It's a safe move, right? We're gonna talk about it. We don't gonna do it because you go out and play and you're like, "Ooh, my body just not folding up the way it used to." All right, so I think this is an interesting question between Lockett against the Ravens, or we have Puka, and are we rolling with him and freaking?
No, we're not going to do that.
Puka.
I think Puka's safer here.
Mm,
I'm starting
Alright.
Lockett.
I would say Lockett here.
That he's a good football player. We're just going to criminally undervalue Lockett. He's going to go out and get 6 catches for 80 yards, and then we're going to be like, "Wow, we should have started Lockett for the 19th year in a row."
It looks like DK's been the one that's been kind of lacking here with the emergence of JSN and even Bobo there. Lockett's been consistent. He's been getting the target share. So it's one of Gino's favorite targets. I think you go Lockett here.
Yeah, I
Again,
say both,
Stafford's in the
both of
lineup,
these
you go
guys.
Puka. But
Yeah, I say both DK and Lockett have been a bit disappointing. DK's like he's massively leading in like first read target share and stuff like that, so they're focusing on him. And the Ravens play a good amount of man coverage, and that's where DK dominates. So I think DK is going to be the guy in the offense this week. But like Lockett's safe, you kind of know what you're getting out of him. It's very hit or miss now with the like integration of JSN. Like that's what worries me.
Yeah, I'm taking Lockett too. The Ravens are allowing the 4th least points to wide receivers. The Packers are allowing the 7th least. I don't think there's that much of a difference there. And then, you know, like SC has harped on this whole show, just that significant downgrade at quarterback for Puka is enough for me.
Oh, and to caveat the Miles Sanders account to Ingram question, they said Javonte Williams is out, so it's for the RB2 position. So yeah, I'm gonna take Keontae. Like it's just I don't feel good about
I'll
yours.
say Ingram.
Let's see here.
Still going Miles, but like I don't feel good about either one.
Yeah, you're hoping, you're throwing up a prayer on that start. Honestly, it could be a situation where you might be better off just not starting someone, where they could possibly get negative points. Sometimes that
Just take a
happens.
zero.
Take the zero, take the knee,
Yeah,
man.
take the zero
Goodness
instead.
gracious.
So
I've heard like benching kickers and stuff when you have a win, but like just not playing in RB2 just because they're so bad. It's like, no, sorry guys, I can't do it this week. The team would be like, I see that league, I'd be like, what are you doing? They'd be like, no, just not playing.
Nah.
just, no.
Can't risk it.
Yeah.
That'd be too funny. All right, so we gotta start two guys here in PPR. Are we going Puka? Are we going Chris Godwin, Aaron Jones, or Chuba Hubbard?
Who's
Oof. Give me Godwin and Aaron Jones.
Ditto.
yeah.
Yeah, I think
Agreed.
that's safer.
Aaron Jones has got to turn it on at some point. And this is a pretty decent matchup. Like the Rams aren't especially great against the run or anything. So yeah, I really like this one.
I think that's
Baker hasn't been bad. Godwin's a good wide receiver too. I think you got to go with him. Especially with Evans, you're assuming that they'll be guarding Evans here. Petrie will be on Evans as well. So I think you go Godwin. He's got a pretty high ceiling this week, and then Aaron Jones. Yeah, I agree. Hubbard's nice though. I'm not mad if you chose Hubbard over Jones, but I like Aaron Jones more.
Yeah, and I will say, like, the thing on Jones is they said he's finally past the injury. There's no designation this week. Like, we should see more of what we saw in week 1 from Aaron Jones, which is him being a focal point of that offense, and he's still a good player. So, like, I'm going to bet on Jones. But if you're worried about him, you can always just swap in Hubbard, like you're saying. Like, I think that's a solid play, too. All right, so we had an actual question from the Joker about fantasy football. Josh Kelly or Chase Edmonds? Oh, brother,
Kelly.
this is rough.
Kelly, like,
Yeah.
I guess you're hoping for like a goal line kind of upside touchdown. I don't know.
Okay,
Edmonds, I just don't see Edmonds. What's Edmonds been playing? Like, has he even been playing?
I'm going to answer this question with a question of my own. What team does Chase Edmonds play for?
The Bucs.
legitimately
The
is it the
Buccaneers.
Bucks now?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that should tell you. Let's go, Josh Kelly, because I legit can't remember Kelly.
I mean,
It's
Thing
like,
is, like
Edmonds got
is-
touches.
Edmonds got known for like his pass catching specialism, right? But now Rashad White is that running back, and he's better and younger. So I mean, I think Kelly here. But either way, you're hoping one of these guys gets you.
Okay.
5.
SC just answered your question without answering your question. He just said Rashad White is younger and better. That should tell you all you need to know to not play that guy. Rashad White's younger and better than him. The other guy is the option. Josh Kelly, even though he's a backup.
hey, shout out to last year where Chase Edmonds was a 6th-round pick in redraft last year.
Love
That was
it.
fun times. That was fun times. That didn't blow up at all. One game with just bad play, and he's just jettisoned out of there.
Great example: sell high when you can.
Yeah, right. With running backs that are not as talented as we think. And this is happening with a lot of those guys like that are living.
To be fair, I didn't know Chase Edmonds was that bad.
I mean, he was good in Arizona. Like that's
Like he was okay. I thought he'd have an okay role, but
He's not bad. He's just not. He's no longer a change of pace because Rashad White can do what he's doing. So before
Right.
he was that third round down change of pace now, and he's not that guy anymore. They can use him, but he's not going to be seeing the field as much as he once did.
Well, right. Then he went to Denver and didn't play, and it was just like, we kind of just the teams are kind of they know what Chase Edmonds is at this point. Are you guys playing? Well, we kind of answered this question earlier, but like Zach Moss or Darrell Henderson?
Moss.
Haas.
I think it's Moss.
All right, I got one from work. Right, he
What you got?
just shot me a message. It's Kenneth Walker, DeAndre Swift, or Ramondre. And start 2.
We'll start with Walker.
Swift and Walker.
Mm-hmm.
Swift and Walker.
Wait,
Yeah,
Ramondre's
that's what I
playing-
had. Swift.
No, Ramondre, man. That whole Commanders team just demolished their whole.
Oh, yeah, they did just blow up their
Yeah.
defensive line.
Who do the Eagles
Ramondre.
and
The Eagles play the Cowboys.
Yeah,
Okay.
he has
Seahawks
the
played
Cowboys
Baltimore, rough
defense.
matchup too.
who do the Seahawks have? I don't have
Baltimore.
matchups in front of me.
Ravens.
Well,
Seahawks.
Rough matchup.
Kenneth Walker has Zach Charbonnet.
Yeah,
So,
I think you go
and
Swift
if
and
you-
Ramondre here.
If you were listening to Pete Carroll talk, oh boy, Pete Carroll is excited. But
He's hot and bothered.
so it's funny. The like coaching index on Twitter was talking about Pete Carroll and they like deciphered it. They said when he hyped up guys in the past, they saw like 30 and 40% snaps. Like they basically didn't play a role.
Yeah.
So
Pete
you know, it's
Carroll
really
is
hard.
one of those coaches like you do not trust anything he says because he's just going to do whatever he wants to do and then feed some bullshit to the media.
100%. As someone who's grown up with Pete Carroll the last decade, it's like, yeah, it's just different levels of optimism. So you kind of have to pick apart it. It's just a disaster.
I'm still going Swift and Walker.
Yeah, like I think Ramondre is going to get there with the targets and receptions. So like if you want to do that against a suspect Washington, like they might have one of the worst D lines in the league now after trading away their two best D linemen. Like I think there's going to be room for him to be good. And it's weird because it's New England and the offense have been pretty bad, but like I think they can be successful this week. Is anybody going to start Puka over Amari Cooper, or are you just going to trust Amari Cooper this week? With Deshaun Watson?
Watson's back. Yeah, Amari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm taking Amari. Are they playing at home?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, give me Amari.
Yeah, like I really do want to see it from Watson because his shoulder looked just disgusting last time he played. So that does worry me a bit, but I'm still going to take Amari over Puka. So,
Are we sure Watson's an upgrade over an XFL quarterback, PJ Walker, at this point?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that is up in the air. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be
I
funny.
know you're not. That's a sad part.
Remember, I can't slander the Browns anymore. I'm their high point creator now. So, but legit question here: are we sure that he's better than an XFL quarterback? Because I don't know. I think it's a wash.
Yeah.
I'm
it's rough.
assuming they kept him out long enough for his shoulder to heal at least somewhat decently. You know what I mean?
But it was healed before, and he wasn't all that good with it healed.
Uh,
Like before the injury, I don't know.
yeah, I got nothing. You got me.
No, I don't know. Like he could be awesome. He could be terrible. I think he's still probably a low end QB1, high end 2. So he's probably still better than Walker. But yeah, that's a long way of saying I think I'm still starting Cooper over Puka, but only because it's a home game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I really just don't. I really don't want to even start Watson this week. Like that's how worried I am about him. But like if he can get the ball to Cooper, like he should be fine. Like that's all the question we have with him. This is actually an interesting one. Is anybody gonna drop JSN to pick up the Pats' new wide receiver one, Pop Douglas?
We talking
Oh.
Dynasty?
Wait,
I'm assuming this is redraft. If this is Dynasty, then don't even think about it.
I'm
If
not
this is
doing it in
redraft,
either.
I think it's a discussion.
No,
I'm not doing it in either.
I think it's a decent discussion. I'm
Yeah.
with Jesse on that. I think Douglas is kind of taking over that wide receiver one role for New England. Yeah, JSN is starting to emerge. I don't think you need to drop. Like I think JSN is a solid trade away target in redraft. Certainly not in Dynasty. But
When's the last time the wide receiver one in New England was, a great fantasy asset?
when's the last time they had a decent wide receiver one?
No, I'm asking a legit question. Like, because the last time what was the last time they had a legit wide receiver one? What was it? Edelman?
Yeah, Edelman. I think
Because they've
Edelman.
had, like,
was
an
like
Yeah.
actual-
No, I wasn't trying to give you shit. I was like, it was a
Devontae
question.
Parker with Mac Jones as a rookie.
What was he
Crap.
though? Do you know what his finish was? What was he at 2?
Give me
I think
one
it's
good
probably
Google.
three? Like I'm asking a
Probably
legit
like
question. I'm not trying to
wide
troll
receiver-
anyone here.
Yeah. I thought
He's
you
like
were
wide
at
receiver
first,
36
but
or something.
No. I don't know because I can't remember anyone besides Edelman. Like, and what was he? Edelman was what? A low end one?
Yeah, this was
Oh,
about
it wasn't
4 or 5
Parker.
years ago.
Who was the wide receiver one when Mac Jones was a rookie?
oh, Myers, Jacoby.
Oh yeah, Jacoby Myers. He was a wide receiver too.
Was he a low end 2?
He was
In that
a
range.
I
in
think he was a
2021. He was a
high-end
wide
three.
receiver 3.
Yeah.
So I
a
think
high-end three.
JSN has more upside, even though he looks like he's probably the 3. What are we hoping Demario Douglas is? A low end 2?
He's gonna like,
Rest of the season, I think you get a high end wide receiver 3, like a very solid flex option.
Yeah, I think he's the safer option if you just need points in PPR because he's going to be the target, like get out these short targets and just get like live in the slot, do a lot of that stuff. Like he's going to be basically Edelman for the new iteration of the Patriots. So he's good. I've been in a group chat. These guys have been hyping up Douglas for like 4 months and they love him. So I think he's one to look out for, but I wouldn't drop JSN for him. I think JSN.
Yeah, I think
I wouldn't. Go ahead.
if Pete Carroll's just talking about, Charbonnet and hyping him up as well, we're going to see some confusion in this run game. So they may revert more into the pass, and we're going to see Geno Smith come out the second half, which means JSN may get some more volume than he has seen. And we knew when he was drafted, he wasn't going to come out the gate and ball, right? But he is a baller, and we're going to see him, have that second half of the season that you normally see some rookies do, where he may possibly just explode. Mario Douglas is
Repeat after me. I will ignore everything Pete Carroll says. I will ignore everything Pete Carroll says. I don't
Jason.
disagree with anything you said, except that you started with something about Pete Carroll, and from there you lost me.
It's just hard, man. Talent wise, I like Jason.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on. I don't think
I agree.
I don't think there's a significant difference rest of the season for you to drop
Mhm.
one for the other.
Okay, guys, I gotta go. I'm having child issues here because that's my life. Have a good
Hey,
show.
you
Have a
fun
good
with that, man.
have a good week 9, everyone. Good luck, guys. Thanks for filling in for me. Good luck, guys.
Easy.
Later.
All right. So is anybody going to take Gabe Davis over Devontae
What?
Adams because they're worried about the Raiders quarterback this week?
Absolutely not. I mean, we've talked about this earlier in the show. The last time AOC, Aiden O'Connell, that AOC was the quarterback. Then Devontae Adams got hyper targeted, and he had a great game. So I don't expect much less this game.
100% with you on that. Like, I think that's a bridge too far, like we talk about. Like, Adams is still one of the best, like, 5 wide receivers in the NFL, if not better than that. Like, he's fantastic. And we saw last week, they literally could have had 2 60-plus yard touchdowns if freaking what's-his-face, Jimmy Garoppolo just hits him and just throws it, like, completes it. So he could have had a monster game. He just missed out barely. So, and
Hey,
that's why he blew up on the sideline.
respect for Antonio Pierce for making that move.
Like, it's like,
He
yeah, I
needed
mean,
to-
like, what's the point of freaking Jimmy Garoppolo on that team? Like, he makes no sense, right? Because they're not going anywhere. So I just don't. They should have just gone with this from the start.
Yeah, it'd be really bad if at 7 overall they had a chance to draft a quarterback and then they decided to take the 3rd best edge rusher maybe on the board.
Yeah, they
could have had
overdrafted
Will
Wilson.
Levi.
I think Garoppolo's a great bridge quarterback, but they don't have a quarterback that he needs to bridge to.
Right.
So it's just Aiden O'Connell. You're hoping you see something from him, but
Mhm.
it'll be tough. It'll be hard to ride with Devontae right now. He's gonna get the targets, no doubt. So you're just hoping Aiden O'Connell knows how to place the ball in that right area.
Yeah, like he in his college days, like he slung the rock a lot. So
Mhm.
like he's a decent passer coming into the league. He just doesn't have the arm strength and like talent. But like he can feed Adams. Like I think he'll be able to support him. It might lower the floor to ceiling, but like I don't think it was that high with Jimmy G, as we saw as he was targeting Jacoby nonstop, right? So I think this is a good change for Adams. Like at least gives him a better shot.
And Davis, you're hoping for a touchdown. So
You're right.
It's
I think Devontae is just to set it and forget it. Like no matter his situation, he's just the most talented guy on the field 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, I think if you need points as a contender, I think he's a very good buy because people are lower on him. So you go get him for the rest of the season and make that push. Like I think that's a good way to go about it. All right, so we need 2 for the flex. We got Chuba, we have T. Higgins, Amari Cooper, Darrell Henderson, Brian Robinson, and Devin Singletary. Who are you?
Amari's the must.
Yeah. Amari and Higgins, I guess.
The safest.
Yeah.
I think Higgins is actually the play, like over Amari. Like I just don't trust what's going on with Watson. So like
Chuba, I just don't believe in the talent level of Chuba Hubbard. We hit on the bad matchup for Hendo earlier. Brian Robinson, who do the Commanders got?
They got the Patriots.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Singletary, I don't trust Houston in the run offense. Yeah, it's Higgins and Amari, and it's
yeah.
So how would you rank these guys overall?
It would be
Who's
Higgins, Amari, Henderson, Chuba, B. Robin, Singletary. I don't know. You can jumble that last 4 however you like.
What about
I
you?
think I would like to throw in putting Chuba in front of Amari just because we don't know what Watson's going to look like. We don't know, like, is Cleveland home or away? That's actually important for Amari Cooper.
They're home.
They are home.
Okay, well then
Yeah.
Cooper might be able to start. I think Higgins is the easy play here because we're expecting a shootout in Buffalo. Check the weather, everything looks good. And then Chuba in a plus matchup. Like, if he is the lead dog, let's put him out there. So that's my 2 cents. I think I would go Higgins, Chuba, Henderson, Amari, Singletary, B-Rob. I think. But it's
Yeah, like the
it's such a
matchup
mess.
for Amari is a nice one because it's the Cardinals and that defense is just not good against the pass.
But
So like
not
you're
good against the
getting
run
them
either.
forward. Yeah, it's just not a
And-
good defense.
I think what they're going to do is they're just going to run Jerome Ford and Kareem Hunt 900 times.
the downfall for Amari is Buda Baker is there. He is back, so he'll be on him. But I think Amari Higgins, I like to. And
I think
then
it's between those three personally.
yeah. I love Brian. I'm assuming that's Brian Robinson, not Bijan. So Brian Robinson though is going against the Patriots. I never really liked starting running backs against Patriots. They know how to use their front seven. And Singletary, I don't like the matchup, and same thing with Henderson. So yeah, I mean those guys are in the same bunch for me this week.
I'm with you guys. Fun fact. So I guess the pregame show in the Seattle-Baltimore game is showing Jake Bobo over JSN. So that's fun. So Jake Bobo lives on forever. That guy's just gonna catch another touchdown. It is what it's.
I'm not okay with that.
It's so like he's literally the highest rated run blocking wide receiver in the NFL, like by PFF.
It's because he played tight end in college.
I know.
He's not a receiver.
He's a monster. That's what it is. They get him down the goal line. They're like, feed this guy targets because he's like him and DK. You have two freaking monsters out there, right? So
They took an undersized tight end and they just lined him up outside, and they're like, "This is our new toy."
Yeah,
It's like when you make a tackle eligible, but they did it at wide receiver.
except he can actually catch. It's like, it's fascinating. And like the people in Seattle fucking love Jake Bobo. They're like, oh my God, Bobo. It's like, all right, pump the brakes. He's running a 5 flat 40. Like he's not an athlete, but he's going to serve a role. He's going to block. He's going to be on the field and he'll catch some touchdowns. It's fun. It's just not fancy relevant. All right, we got a few comments we got to get to here. I don't think anyone's going to play Love here, but is anyone going to play Jordan Love over Deshaun Watson?
Not in the matchup.
I'll take it. Yeah, I'll play Love over Watson. I just don't trust Watson. Arizona has a really bad run defense, so I think it'll be a lot of running the ball with Kareem Hunt and Jerome Ford. And, with Watson still working his way back from that shoulder injury, I think they rely on that run game heavily. Whereas Jordan Love, I think they're going to have to pass the ball to beat the Rams. That's kind of their weakest point is the passing defense. So, yeah, I'll take Jordan Love over Watson, especially as a ceiling play.
If this is one quarterback, another race to the finish, go show us your waivers. We'll pick up an option for you that's better than this. If these are your only two options, I'm starting Watson.
Yeah, me too.
But because I think Jordan Love is going to end up they're playing a backup quarterback, they're going to play not to lose.
And Jordan Love is one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. Along with that, like these two guys have been bottom tier as far as talent wise. So. Yeah, I just trust Watson. Like we've seen it before from him. So if his shoulder's fine, he should be okay, and he'll.
We've seen it before, like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a while. But even in his games earlier this season, he was still giving you decent fantasy points. It was just real ugly. It was just real gross to watch. Kind of those games where you just don't watch the game, you just check the fantasy score after the end. You're like, okay, I got 18 points, but if you watched it, you're like pulling your hair out. You're like, what is this? This is awful. And yeah, to Randall's point earlier, yeah, he is third. So it's just a process, just like with Quentin Johnston, just like with these other guys that are rookie wide receivers. Just sometimes it takes time, so you just have to be patient with him. And he might not have a super high ceiling this year, but we still think it's more than popped out of this. So that's kind of what DK Metcalf versus the Ravens or Kareem Hunt versus the Cardinals in standard. Oh yeah,
standard. Ooh. Give me Hunt.
I haven't played standard in 8 years, so it's so strange for my brain to wrap my head around standard. But yeah, I'll take Hunt, but I don't feel good about it.
Yeah.
It's just standard's weird, man. It still just screws my brain up every time. All right, so we're going TJ Hawkinson versus the Falcons or Taysom Hill versus the Bears in standard tight end scoring, and I think they really want to shoot for the upside with Taysom Hill. And the fact that Jaren Hall is the Viking starting quarterback, does that raise red flags for anyone this week? Because I'm terrified this week.
I want to see it before I do
it. Hawk is, I think he's a tight end 1 on the year, right? Or 2 at least.
Yeah, he's top 3, I think,
Yeah, I think he had to go Hawkinson. Granted, I'm with you with that upside because Taysom Hill could always throw a touchdown any week, and I wouldn't be shocked. But you got to stick with a top 3 tight end when you have one.
100%. I think you have to bet on how they're going to use him, and he's going to be close to the line of scrimmage. He's not really using go downfield, right? So this is Hawkinson. They're going to get a lot of checkdowns. He's going to at least see targets because if anybody's seen Hall, I will say be prepared for an ugly game. But Mike, you ready for something?
Who would you feel dumber if they give you 0 points? Are you going to feel dumber if you start Hill and Hawkinson gives you 10 points on your bench? Or are you going to feel dumber if you start the other way around. So I'm going to start Hawkinson because I would feel so dumb if Taysom Hill gives me 0 points.
Yeah.
And he's more likely to give you a goose egg too. So
Yeah, I call that the idiot index. Like, do I want to look like an idiot? It's like, no, okay. Like sometimes you just gotta trust the better player. And as fun as Taysom Hill is, like his usage is never guaranteed. Like it fluctuates so much week to week, so it's super scary. And speaking of scary, are we going scary Terry or Chris Godwin this week?
Ooh.
Godwin.
Let me see.
I'm gonna play.
Who's the Patriots cornerback one? J.C. Jackson?
No, it's what's his face?
Gonzalez is
Somebody's-
hurt, right?
Yeah,
Gonzalez
Gonzalez is hurt.
out. I'm blanking on who the other guy is. I can't remember off the top of my head.
If it's not J.C. Jackson, I'm not really concerned. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Terry.
Terry's been really good this year. Like he's kind of under the radar good. Like he hasn't been an elite wide receiver 1, but he's been a solid wide receiver 2.
Yeah.
Involving him and Howell's supporting him. So like I think that's kind of the worry we had going in. But like Howell's been pretty good.
The Patriots have 2 good safeties in Kyle Duggar and Jabril Peppers, so that's why I'm scared about Terry. He's not going to be able to necessarily take it over the top as he can with Hal. So I think Godwin just has the higher ceiling this week against the Texans.
That's fair.
That's fair.
So flex spot: Ramondre Stevenson, Tank
Ramondre.
Dell, or Josh Downs. The only problem is if they play Downs, they have to wait till the later games because he's questionable, and the other ones play early. I'm assuming they're central all the time because of these times. So, like, would you guys wait to play Tank Dell or Josh Downs, or are you gonna play Tank or Ramondre?
I'll play
Ramondre.
Ramondre.
Yeah, I think he's a lot safer.
Commanders
And-
blew it up, and I don't think they needed to, but that front line is going to hurt.
They all have the same ceiling. Ramondre has the safest floor.
Yes. And he's starting to show like he's looking a little bit better the past few weeks. So I don't know if he's dealing with injury or what it was at the beginning of the year, but he looks more like the guy we saw last year than this guy at the beginning of the season that just looked like a plotter. He looks a lot better. So yeah, I'll trust Ramondre. And yeah, with these guys, I don't know what the ceiling is with Kate Otten. Like it's just pretty much nothing. So I'm personally gonna go Taysom Hill. Is anyone gonna play Kate Otten over Taysom Hill?
Kate Otten's in the Dalton Schultz tier for me, so Taysom Hill.
100%.
Yeah. Alden could get you 5 points, but there's other guys in that offense that are going to get more targets than him. So
All right, so we got 5 minutes. We got to wrap through these. Puka, Lockett, or Dell?
Lockett.
Yeah.
I would actually.
That's a lock.
Lock it up, Lockett. I love Dell, but I'm not playing him over these two. I would go Puka or Lockett. It's really just preference based on these guys. I don't really like the matchup for Lockett though, so I'll probably go Puka. Is anybody gonna go Pittman or Olave in half-point PPR?
Pittman.
Pittman's been a
Wait,
top 12 wide receiver when playing with Gardner Minshew. Pittman.
Yeah.
It's an interesting just because Carolina sucks against the run, so like they might not pass as much, but like realistically, you just kind of gotta trust Pittman. And this could be the Olave blow-up game, but we just want to see it. We trust.
You're muted, Tim.
Yeah,
He's talking,
Tim,
but
you
you're
gotta go.
muted. I see his
Okay,
mouth
okay,
moving. I'm like, wait, we can't hear him. Good now.
8th round kickers. Yeah. So, is anybody
Olave.
like? I think this is actually an interesting discussion because Puka's ceiling and floor come down in this matchup. So, like, I'll roll with Olave, but
I just
It's
really
really-
love this matchup for Olave. Like I've got him at the top 12 wide receiver this week. I think this is one of the weeks he really breaks out. Hopefully he's a lot more efficient than he has been.
same. Like, you just gotta trust the roll's there. It's got to click at some point, and it's gonna hit. And when it hits, you're gonna be loving life. Freeman or Singletary this week?
Singletary.
I think
Singletary.
Yeah.
Just
Don't
seems
feel
like-
good about either one.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Freeman against the
Singletary.
Saints. I'm not a fan of that. I'd rather see. Well,
But like, I think this you just chase the volume with these two. Like, you don't know how much volume Freeman's gonna see, so I'll take Singletary. We have full point PPR. Ramondre Stevenson, Tank Dell, or they already did this question. Never mind. So yeah, we picked.
that
Ramondre.
was to play 2 though. I think.
Oh, did it play 2?
Oh no. It's not.
Yeah, it's 'cause
Oh
they,
yeah,
like, play-
Ramondre.
Yeah, Ramondre. All right, so we got Puka, Addison, Downs, Devontae Smith. Pick 2 in full PPR.
Okay. Man, let
Devontae
me.
Downs.
Smith, Puka.
I think it's safe. As much as I like Addison, I don't trust all this for him like at all. So he drops pretty
Yeah.
heavily this week.
I think I'm Smith Puka as well.
Yeah, it just seems a lot.
Yeah, I go Smith and Downs.
All right, good job. Yep, well done, Ray. We like it. We're playing Hawkinson with you.
Good man.
This one's from Aaron Olave or Cooper. I think we kind of answered this one though. Did we go Olave or Cooper?
I'll take Olave. Yeah, I've
But
already
that's
talked
Cooper
about
Kupp,
Olave
yeah?
enough. I'm assuming it's Amari.
Yeah, I don't know who's the other Cooper.
Amari Cooper or Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Cup.
Oh yeah. If it's Cup, I'm still probably gonna play Olave, but they're like back to back for me.
Yeah.
So
If
for me, it's a lot.
Amari, I go Amari, I think.
All right, so they need to start a running back and a flex. Full PPR, Rashad White, Joe Mixon, Darrell Henderson, Jerome Ford.
Ford.
Hey.
We got 2 minutes.
Mixon and Ford.
I agree.
All right, start 2. T. Higgins, we got Collins, we got
Okay.
Edwards, Metcalf, or Jones. This is a wide range of players.
Who's Jones?
But yeah, who's Jones?
Higgins and Collins.
Yeah, I agree with that though.
I don't know.
Higgins and Collins.
I think
Higgins and the Magical Jones, whoever that might be.
that's-
I think it's Aaron Jones, right?
It could be anything. It could be a
if
both.
it's Aaron Jones, then yeah, I'll play Aaron Jones with it. McLaurin or DK Metcalf?
Oh,
I'm playing DK.
DK. Look, the Ravens are
DK.
allowing the fewest fantasy points to quarterbacks right now. It's probably going to be a tough day for Geno Smith, which could translate to a tough day for DK as well. But I think this also has shootout potential in this matchup. So I'm going to roll with DK.
Yep.
I say DK.
Start 2. This is
Good
actually a
one.
question.
Magical Jones.
The Magical Jones again. They posted it. They posted this one like 5 times. So I got to scroll down a little bit. All right, here we go. Tyler Boyd or Kyle Pitts?
Kyle Pitts.
You
If
got
this
it.
is the game, this is the
man.
game.
Yeah, go Kyle Pitts. Heineke's
just put-
quarterback. You got him.
So whoever your other tight end is, put them in your flex and start Kyle Pitts as your tight end. Because like I'm wondering who you're like why you're flexing Pitts. You must have a good tight
Maybe
end.
he's got Kelsey. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Fully tight
And
end.
I would just flex Kelsey and just I don't want to put Pitts in my flex. It looks like we made it with 1 minute.
Nice. Plenty of time.
Very nice.
Yeah. And here's a little comment from Ray again. Yeah, Montgomery plays. Yeah. So you can play them.
Good for
100%.
you.
Yeah. Congrats, Ray. We
Nice.
like it. Yeah. So we made it within time, fellas. Yeah. So hopefully you guys have all your lineup set with 1 minute left to go.
I've been setting them while we're playing.
Hey, I have not, so I'm probably scred.
Yeah, I did that. I did that before the show because I knew I was having to do this. I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna be able to set my lineups doing this." So I was like,
Yeah.
All right, so let's rate this dynasty trade for them. Eckler, Osborne, or mid to late 1, and Judy in a mid 2nd. I mean,
In a rebuild, actually.
yeah, I want the other package. Like,
Depends
I'm not
on-
sure contender.
Rebuild package, other side, like contender. I think that's actually a very fair offer.
Yeah.
Look, I don't think you get a 1 for Eckler after this year. So like I'm okay with it.
If he's continuing to produce, it's just I think this is actually how a lot of people play dynasty. This is probably an overpay. Like you won't see many people give you this much for Eckler anymore. So if you want to get out from Eckler, I think this is a fair deal. Judy has upside, even though it's probably not going to happen. There's still upside. He has name cachet. It's about what you turn these picks into. So I think.
And I don't think Judy's a Bronco next year. I think they end up, him or Sutton, and whichever way, it's still a win for Judy. So I think this is a good opportunity to try to buy low on him. And you're giving up Eckler, but you're getting that first, and it's a mid first possibly. Then there's a lot of talent coming in this draft. So
100%.
Yeah, I'll take the draft pick, man.
Yeah,
Plus, I think
this
Judy
is-
gets traded, and the Broncos draft Keon Coleman, and that'd be legit.
That would be nice. Like just get Judy a situation where they use him and he stays healthy. Like that's what we need. He's a solid player.
Right.
I think he has upside. And
right now, has the Broncos drafting Drake May at number 3. So
that'll be fun.
yeah,
Good luck with that Russell Wilson contract. They'll figure it out.
That's
He's a
their
monster.
NFL will figure it out. They'll do something.
All right, so Mike, this is 1 QB, 16 team. What the heck? I mean,
Oh, Javonte and Judy for sure.
yeah, That first is real late, and then it's Clay. Yeah, that's gross. That package. I mean,
Yeah.
the weird thing with like these deeper leagues is those guys have value, but yeah, I'll take the two guys.
Well, I've never cared for Rondale. I've never cared for Claypool. So it's a 1 and 2 for Javonte and Judy, and like I think that's somewhat fair. But I'd still rather have Javonte and Judy.
Being as someone that's in a 16-team league, that playoff first, right, is a late first. So that's ideally like a second round, early second. And that second round pick ideally becomes almost like a fourth round pick. So now Javonte and Judy. It to me in a 16-team league, having that depth is nice. So having someone like Javonte and Judy goes a long way.
Yeah, 100%. I'm in a 32-team league, and people don't know how to treat the picks, so they do a lot of bad decisions. And this led me to my like most stacked team ever. So they're like, "Here, I'll send you my late 1 and a late 2 for Keenan Allen." They're like, "Okay," and I'm like, "Dude, that's like a third and a sixth."
Yep.
Like
That's how I got Brees Hall. I sent a playoff 1 and like another 1 the next year for Brees Hall, and I was like, "This is fair. You got it."
Yeah, absolutely.
Where are these trades coming from?
So
I like these. Interestingly enough, all right. So I mean, we're past 10 o'clock, so if y'all got lineup decisions, you're kind of boned. So good luck with that. But
wait, there's a lineup one below that.
Wait. Let's hit this
Sam
last
Howell,
lineup.
Joe Burrow, Kincaid.
Joe
Yeah.
Burrow, Kincaid.
Kincaid, you shooting upside. Goddard, it's so frustrating with Goddard. Just go with Kincaid, man. Like,
Hey, what do you guys
and
think
Joe
about Sam Howell? Like, is he quarterback next year? Is he a starting quarterback?
So there was a
Granted,
report
he's been great for fantasy, but like real life, is he a starting quarterback next year?
possibly.
so.
Interestingly enough, they said everybody in the building in report this morning is like has faith in Sam Howell being the guy moving forward. The problem is I don't think Rivera is going to be there. So if Rivera gets fired, someone else is coming in, and they're likely not a Sam Howell guy.
Yeah.
This is kind of the dynasty discussion where, like, if I have Sam Howell, I'm trading him for 1 right now. Like, I'm just getting out.
I think after trading their linemen, I mean, they may go defense, go defense early.
Yeah.
So if they do get quarterback, you're getting a 4th, 5th round pick, maybe quarterback. I mean, I know Hale was late quarterback as well, but I mean, I think he did enough to at least get 1 more season under his belt. And if anything, they may go get a tight end as well, Jatavian Sanders or something like that. Because Logan Thomas is great, but he's older and he gets injured. So
yeah, it's if they fire Rivera, it changes a lot with how that works out, where he has to continue to prove it to a new coaching staff again. And it's just harder for these late round picks. Like, they just got to keep being good. So, like, that's what you hope he is. And if he really needs to fix those sack problems, man. Like, if he doesn't fix those sack problems, he's going to die. Like, he's literally
there's so many problems in Washington. Like, we can go on for days.
Right? They have the talent. It's just they just can't put it together, man. Well, they did have the talent, and then they traded a lot of talent away. But yeah, they traded away Brian Robinson and DJ to get Brees Hall. And what the hell?
What?
This is a smash! Like, this is incredible.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, take a bow, standing ovation, all that, dude. Like, well done, my friends. All right, so you guys ready to wrap this up?
It's been a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right. So yeah, thank y'all for coming in. Good luck with week 9, and hopefully y'all win. Take care, folks.
Football.